All right, okay, shalom, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, the elect of Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, Kal Halalim wa Hawad la Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach wa Malak Yahweh Shai, wa Bahat Recha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone who rule and teach the nation of Israel well through the Spirit. Salutations to the Akim pushing his word throughout the four corners of this world. And Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord willing, so Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So, as you can see, right, from this article on your screen, it's just more and more evident that Babylon the Great, aka America, is circling the drain. It's pretty clear and evident, okay? And now they're just letting you know straight up. Alright, and this is from, CNN, okay? That's a popular, media news source, okay? And that goes to show how, 2023 is going to be a hell of a year, a hard year. Alright, now this article was from October the 10th, last month this year, and the headline reads, Babylon the Great economy will soon start losing 175,000 jobs a month, Bank of America warns. Alright, and that's a top bank in America. You mean to tell me 175,000 jobs a month are gonna go? Alright, it could be more, it could be the exact amount, or it could be a bit less. But either way, the economy is crashing, clearly. 175,000 jobs a month. That's a hell of a lot of jobs. That's the case. So if you read, it says the Federal Reserve's fight to squash inflation will cause the US economy to start losing tens of thousands of jobs a month beginning early next year. Bank of America warns, although the jobs market remains surprisingly strong in September, the Fed is working hard to change that by aggressively raising interest rates to ease demand for everything from cars and homes to appliances. The pace of job growth is expected to be roughly cut in half during the fourth quarter of this year, Bank of America told clients in a report Friday. As pressure from the Fed's war on inflation builds, non-farm payrolls will begin shrinking early next year, translating to a loss of about 175,000 jobs a month during the first quarter, the bank said. Charts published by Bank of America suggest job losses will continue through much of 2023. Yeah, and that's certain. The premise is a harder landing rather than a softer one. Michael Gapin, head of US economics at Bank of America, told CNN in a phone interview Monday. In a perfect world, the Fed would slow the jobs market enough to get inflation back to healthy levels, but not so much that it causes significant and persistent job losses. Bank of America doesn't think the Fed will be able to pull that off. Unemployment to peak at 5.5%, Bank of America says. Last Friday's jobs report showed that although the jobs market is slowing down, the United States added a stronger than expected 263,000 jobs in September. The unemployment rate dropped to 3.5%, tied for the lowest level since 1969. The US Central Bank is raising interest rates at the fastest pace in at least 4 decades in a bid to cool inflation. Fed officials have made clear they are in no rush to shift out inflation fighting mode to save the economy from a slowdown or even a recession. Okay. Just going through more of this article. So yeah, that's you get the point. So recession, that's looming. Alright. In a recession, it's a downturn, a prolonged downturn in economic activity. Okay. And with a recession, typically, there's obviously a decline in economic output, which can lead to a slower demand of consumers, all right, and certainly unemployment, all right. Let's look at how the Windows lockdown 2 years ago affected the economy. I mean, some companies benefited more, all right, because it aided them in their in the particular industry or field, or their level of what's the word I'm looking for? The type of let's say it's like delivering mail, for instance. Okay, having people stay at home, locked down, it's going to force people to, for the most part, order things online. So it'll be beneficial to the company because they'll be, raking in the profit. All right. But in other areas, it won't be as, as productive. And then that's where you get, businesses to close, So if we get our first precept, it's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, nigh meaning near, and evil meaning bad times. All right, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Okay. And mainly speaking to our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the children of Israel, as well as the speckled birds. Okay. Only the elect are gonna turn. They're gonna turn back to their Heavenly Father. All right. They're gonna turn back to Yahweh Shem Shai. And a lot of our people, they like to put the Lord off and wait until, they get old, all right, get older, when they're retired or something, all right, when they're finished living up this so-called life that they claim that they have, when really they're just, getting by, barely, just surviving. Okay, how scripture says, make no time to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, because when all hell breaks loose, it will be too late to turn to Yahweh Shem Shai. Alright? Most certainly will. Let's get another precept. It's the book of Psalms. I think I click Psalms. Yeah, Psalms 110 and verse 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. All right. So, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Okay, at that point, people will be willing to listen, yeah? They'll be willing to adhere and be willing to learn. All right. Okay, but it'll be too late. All right. Because the Lord said, when affliction come, they will attempt to seek his face, These people try to do anything, that they can to, to get the word to find the men of the Lord. All right. But they won't find it. All right. See, all the time we see, our people mainly, chasing the bag. Okay. Worshipping money, worshipping this system, this world. All right. And look, at some point, the Lord, swift judgment is going to come from Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Okay, because all this inflationary, things that are happening, for lack of a better word, sorry. All right, with all these prices going up and everything, our people somehow still have time to enjoy themselves and not considering there's a time and place for everything. Okay. And that's the the current condition that we're in. Why invest in this system? Okay. Especially how the economy is going. A country's economic stability, right, depends on whether things like the goods and services, all right, well enough, for it to produce, for it, to make good production from it, all right. And things that can hinder that, all right, comes from the health crisis, especially with the the crown, all right, and many other factors. See, and with all these job losses, just think of the population, in fact, of Babylon the Great. In fact, let me just Google that right now, because Hey, despite the population of Babylon the Great, not everyone there is working. Let's see this now. So, approximately 332,403,650 people in Babylon the Great, and not all of them are working. Okay. Go back to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and that's going into your economy watchers, okay? People who are, who watch the economy, all right? And the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, all right? And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is lower, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, all right? And the music, music is rubbish nowadays. All right, just look at the state of rappers. You know how much rappers have perished this year and the past few years. Hundreds of them. All right, and yet that's tried to be pushed into the ministry. All right, when the truth is the truth. It does not need no gimmicks or anything like that. All right. Okay. That's why there'll be an uptick in crime as well, with not everybody working. Okay. Uptick in crime. All right. Prostitution. Women selling themselves. All right. But soon, even that will be ceasing. Okay. All right. If we go into the word grinders, right, goes into to grind, to crush, all right. If you see the Strong's definition, it goes into to grind meal, to hence to be a concubine, all right. You got women, they're gonna be selling themselves, okay. And it says that being their employment grind. That's right. Lack of jobs, as we just read in that article. More strikes, job cuts, layoffs. All right. Next year be the year of mass layoffs. Okay. But all this will be ceasing. Going to come to a halt at some point to make way for the digital all. That's why it's, you should watch the crypto space. All right. The financial system. Right, 'cause that's where the MOTB will be based from. All right. And that's the thing, this is judgment and humility. All right. A lot of people are going to be humbled, especially women. All right. Because a lot of people walk around in pride, and their pride is going to get destroyed. But then again, a lot of people will be humble. All right. Okay. So, yep. I'm not going to make this too long anyway. Really, the article says everything itself. This ain't fake news. We're not making this up. We're just bringing out, the prophecies. All right, because that's the spirit and testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach to be prophesying. And that is an important and major, all right, factor, considering the economic climate that we're in. Because it's not just going to be isolated to one place, okay? It's going to be, worldwide. All right, that's why there's a sedition, upheaval, all right, marches and protests more than ever. All right. So yeah, with that, I hope that was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. with that, shalom to the next one, Lord willing. We got next. Kwam Yasharala, shalom to the elect.